First of all,
Move us
thanks.
forward.
Thanks for being here. Thanks for volunteering. I thought we'd be super practical, tactical, just get down to the nuts and bolts of what's needed. Did you have a look through the very brief agenda that was included in the email?
Yes. Yeah.
Because as you can see, there really isn't much time for anything at all.
It's very short.
It's very, very short.
Tool
And
introduction, 10, 15 minutes. Yeah.
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 Let me just show you a slide. If I can share it, because it's basically, we have a standard slide deck, and there's basically space for one, maximum two slides. Where is it? You know when you're looking to share a screen and then you click on Zoom and it's not there? maybe it's minimized.
Don't know what you mean. It's never happened.
Never happened to here. Okay. All right. So this is our slide deck, and if I show you all the slides, really, it's this slide here, which is your topic, your model name, your model here, and your questions. So in terms of preparation for displaying things, I'm going to ask you guys to keep it as short and tight as you possibly can.
Yeah.
Because as you've probably experienced, the more time people have for conversation and discussion, the better.
Yeah.
Probably enough sharing on that, but I can share this slide with you if you want, or you can share it with me and we'll drop it in. But really, it's worthwhile. We try and keep to that agenda as tight as we can. So it's a brief introduction of what the model is, maybe a story that helps people understand it, and talking through how you use that model, and then a set of questions so that people can talk it through. Marco, you're going to be speaking on or you'll be bringing the 3 colors, is that right?
Yeah, and I did a session last week. I'm just pulling up how I did it. So
pull it up, by the way. I realized, by the way, that I've dived into the content. What do we want as an intention? What do we want as intention? Is there anything particular that you guys want to get out? Because from my side, the intention would be that we're aligned on what's needed and you guys are clear. But is there anything particular that either?
Yeah, I already understood that it was going to need to be short and punchy, and I was on the last session and was observing that with a bit more focus, given that I knew I was going to be speaking. So partly linking back to my conversation, though, my subject was just defined as teams, and I had intended to talk about just a piece of research that we've been using with some of our clients that we put together with one of our partner companies around remote working teams, and it's very topical and up to date.
Yes.
But that's kind of what was exploring what's happening with teams going back into the workplace. But my argument would be that virtual teams and remote working teams are going to be part of our situation for a long time.
Oh, I think they're here to stay, Dave. So I agree. It's a very good thing to bring.
Yeah.
Yeah. So really, it just talks, and I can share the slides with you. It just talks about the challenges of virtual teams, and then I'll just have to think about some nice punchy questions to have them reflect on.
So Matt, do you mind if I share just a sequence slightly different, but I think within the time constraints, I think it's doable. This was for a group of HR practitioners, but just to sense check with you, if that's okay. So what I did was I did that one pager of quickly explaining what the 3 colors of worldview is. Yep. Then I had to do I did a quick quiz with them on Mentimeter.
Yep.
Yeah. And I said, okay, which one's more important? Distribute 100 points. And that was the lead-in to then go into the conversation. So then, of course, this was a different conversation, so that could be changed here. So I asked them the question, so how do you, as HR practitioners, engage employees? Well, all three of them are true. And that became the conversation.
Yep.
Of course, that would have to change. But would you be okay if the Mentimeter is brought in?
I think so. I mean, I'm not going to be there, but Sarah will be leading it.
Okay.
And Chantal will be supporting with the tech administration. And Chantal's very techy.
Yeah.
I think it's if you could get us those slides in advance,
of course,
so that we have all as one deck. In terms of the questions, yeah. So one is that you're right. One is that shift away from HR towards general people, and the other is that it's not you going to be leading the questions; it's that them going to be leading themselves. So, yeah. Looks good.
Okay, well, let me share my ones as well.
And they are then in breakout. That's right.
In breakout. It'll be breakout groups of 3 and 4. So then what we have, by the way, we have a standard set of questions that we come back into the room with at the end about debriefing the experience of the conversation.
Yeah.
Yeah, Dave, we can see these.
So normally I've got a few versions of this, but it's there's been a lot of focus on all the technology and so on to work remotely and collaborate, but the biggest challenge is going to be the human factor. And then this is just out of a piece of research, you know, what are the 4 major challenges for remote workers? So it's how do we collaborate, dealing with loneliness, unplugging. So you know, people who haven't worked remotely before, I don't think any of us in this chat room would have issues with this, but the idea that, you know, your office is now your home and your home is now your office. And then managing distractions. And then these are the quick slides that should go into each of these in a bit more detail, but I you know, could even skip those if you like.
What you might do is put those after the conversation.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, just to consolidate.
Yeah, it's a good idea. Yep. Yeah, because when I run through these, I run through them in 60 seconds flat.
Yeah, people have already talked through them and got like say 70, 80% of them. They'll be like, yes.
Yeah, that's good.
And Matt, in terms of how the audience has shaped up, who are now that you're a few months into it, who's actually joining these calls?
Good question.
It's pretty consistent that it's approximately half alumni and half other people, and some of those people come once, some keep coming. We're still getting new people signing up for the first time.
Okay, excellent.
I think I just noticed that 2 people signed up from Baghdad.
Great.
So
from the green zone.
I was like, that's very cool. So yeah, it's for us, that's a great mix. It's good that we're still getting alumni coming because they're getting to manage the small groups, and you can rely on them.
And how many people on average on a call?
20, 25.
Okay, that's doable. Yeah.
And so yeah, we assign 1 or 2 alumni per group, and then the groups are between 3 and 4 people. We ask the alumni to come on at 7:15, and if you join at 7:15 as well, that then allows you could join earlier. The facilitators start at 7, the alumni come at 7:15, and we start at 7:30.
Okay. Oh, I have another question. Mine does not. Oh yeah, the non-alumni, are they coaches, their friends, people in the business community, mix?
Actually, all sorts. I mean, we ask people where they heard about us. So sometimes it's from, say, LinkedIn, so therefore they're connected in some way to people who already know about us. So often that could be HR, but then there's also Facebook, word of mouth, all sorts. So it really is. I mean, we've intentionally targeted this at at everyone. It isn't targeted to say at HR. So almost everyone here on there will be having a job. Everyone will be impacted by the situation, but they're impacted in their work, they're impacted in their home, in all situations.
And is there collateral that we could use, let's say, on our own LinkedIn page to say, hey, I'm contributing to C4C, check it out? Is there something we could use?
Yeah. So we have a different graphic design for every launch, for everyone. So I will write to you and copy Peter who oversees our social media, and she can share graphics. She can share the links to the posts that we make if you want to either post yourselves or relink for yourself.
That's great. Yeah. Good.
Sounds cool.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and in terms of wrapping up the session, that is also something that we would do, right?
Yeah, let me just, again, my turn to share back. I'll show you what the slides look like. Like I said, there's a standard debrief, which is this one. So this is just prompts for people to, I mean, and if you wanted to change this, you could do, but this is our standard debrief.
And this is open mic or group by group?
No, this is back in our plenary.
Yeah, but is every breakout going to report or are individuals going to report?
Actually, that's not set. Sometimes people talk about what their group talked about. Sometimes people talk about themselves. And actually, it's not like like a full workshop where if you've had 10 groups, you want one person from each group to feedback. That's not the intention here. The intention here is to bring some sense of what was shared in the small groups into the larger group to get a sense of the whole, not just the small parts. So you might get some groups which don't share, and that's entirely okay. What you're working here with is a block of time, and you're trying to get a number of different shares and conversations within that time.
Would you be okay if the last question, if that becomes a Mentimeter question?
How would you do that?
You just put that question on Mentimeter and then turn it into a collective understanding of the actions people are going to take.
Yeah.
So everybody jumps on and says, I'm going to do this. And then everybody can see from everybody, oh, there's a number of people that are thinking the same, or, hey, that's a great idea. I should look into that as well.
Yep. That'd be good.
Cool. So who's on which days?
So Marco, you're next.
Mm-hmm.
I can just tell you now, bring up our database.
So this next Tuesday, right?
Monday, next Monday. And then
Dave,
Dave,
Monday.
and then Dave, you're the Monday after that, so you're Monday the 8th, and then Chantal is Monday 15th.
It would be really helpful if you could send us the slide deck. So, especially if I'm going to use Mentimeter, I have to set up the sign-in with the unique URL. So if I have a pre-built, and then as soon as you sign in, you make sure that co-host or hosting is activated, and then it's all ready to go.
So Sarah will be leading the whole session.
So
she'll be doing the top and the tail, and then she'll be introducing you at the beginning, and then at the right moment you'll be stepping in and taking it forward.
Okay, fantastic.
So I will send you the deck. I will introduce you to Peter.
Peter Green?
No, Peter, female Peter, P-E-T-A.
Oh, okay, yeah, of course I know her. Yes.
And then Marco, I'll connect you to Chantal. Unless are you already connected to Chantal? Because she's going to be doing the tech this Monday. So maybe in terms of managing Mentimeter, you might perhaps you want to have her support you with that.
Yeah. Fantastic.
Any final questions?
I think it's all clear.
Fabulous.
So I would love to be able to post something on my LinkedIn today, because it's very short notice. Is there anything you could shoot my way?
I can write to Peter right now and she can send you stuff. Yeah.
Okay, fantastic.
Great.
Awesome.
I'll see you on Monday, Marco. I'll be there.
Awesome.
Even though Matt's got better things to do, I'll be there to listen, learn, and support.
Cheer on. Appreciate that.
Thank you, guys.
Steal ideas for the next week.
Yeah, totally.
Hey,
totally.
build it on top of each other, you know.
Cool. Okay, guys.
Right.
Have a lovely
Thank you so much,
weekend.
Faith.
Yeah,
You too.
have a good weekend, guys. Bye-bye.
Take care.
Yeah, bye.
Bye.